I'm back again with another video, or should I say a reaction video. Now, as y'all can see in the title of the description, we're gonna break to top 10 worst anime live action movies. Now, I've seen Dragon Ball Z. I seen the Dragon Ball Z live action movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it was horrible. I'm sorry, I hate to admit it was horrible, bro. Dragon Ball still peak, you know what I'm saying? But it was horrible. I had to say, I'm sorry, I had to say it. We just gonna check it out.
Bringing darkness and chaos to our once peaceful world. Aided by his disciples,
look at the graphics, bro.
The evil pair brought the human race to the brink of annihilation.
Like, bro,
hey guys, it's Ash here with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 10 worst changes in live action anime.
So really...
Cowboy Bebop.
I don't think we need you at all.
For this list, we're going to be looking at the most unnecessary, ill-advised, or mind-boggling deviations from the source material in these iconic series leap out of animation. What I want you to do is go to those comments and tell me if there's any chance whatsoever that the One Piece live action will be any good. Go on, sound up below. And of course, if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know.
I ain't gonna care. Attack of Titan, bro. Is it Attack of Titan live action?
Number 10, Julia's vicious change of heart, Cowboy Bebop.
You made me.
I loved you.
By the time the credits rolled on this misguided Netflix series, there's a resounding feeling of betrayal, and not just from Spike. The Bebop's trek into live action was a bumpy ride, and it all but crash-landed in the final moments, with a random twist that made no sense in either version of the story. After spending the entire season under Vicious's thumb, Julia betrays Spike and takes over the syndicates that had just held her captive. Yeah, we didn't get it either. In its defense, who needs foreshadowing, respect for the source material, or consistent characterization when you have a senseless cliffhanger? Really, it only proved this was Julia in name only.
Julia!
Number 9, not so great, Abe.
Bro, this was, bro, this is what I'm talking about. This was horrible, bro. Like, bro, is that supposed to be, like, they got Piccolo got bogus. Piccolo does not look like that, bro. Like, bro.
It may use the Japanese Uzaru name, but
this
Goku is
going
a
to
far
high school,
raw
like,
from
bro,
the original. With menace, power, and size to spare, Goku's iconic first transformation into a great ape told audiences the Chipper Kid was capable of a lot more than even he knew. But it's hard to do anything but laugh when this sorry excuse for an Uzaru appears without any scale, intimidation, nor character work to back it up.
That doesn't even look like a bro.
It would appear his small stature was also indicative of how much they cared about the visual effects, since calling this ugly werewolf an ape at all is a serious stretch. At least the name change makes sense now. There's definitely nothing great about this.
I'm telling you, this live action Dragon Ball Z.
Goku, no!
I don't think Goku's there anymore!
But that's not even Goku.
Number 8, turning a blind eye to Ciel, Black Butler.
そのためにこんな格好までしているのだからな。
It may share a name with a beloved anime, but this is not the faithful retelling most fans expected. After all, it's hard to tell a similar story when the movie completely replaces one of its two main characters of the original series. Instead, it follows Ciel's ancestor, Kiyoharu. What's different about her, you ask? Absolutely nothing. Outside of the obvious fact she's a girl, Kiyoharu adds nothing that Ciel couldn't have done better. Next time they want to make a romance film, they should try choosing a story that actually has love in it, or really just anything besides Black Butler.
With this mid film.
Number 7, Eyes Open. Alita, Battle Angel.
This could be who I am.
You've been given a chance to start over with a clean slate.
For maybe the first time ever, the glaring issue with this live-action adaptation is that it was too faithful. Admittedly, anime is a tough medium to adapt, but choosing to translate the original work's stylized expressions with a full CG face made us wish they hadn't even tried. It seems Alita's biggest hurdle isn't recovering her past or fending off bounty hunters,
This is
but the
horrible,
uncanny
bro.
valley.
Like, it's like they put no type of budgets in this. Like, bro.
That's so great.
Worse, when framed by heavy green screen and special effects, she practically blends into the background. Somehow, this live-action feature managed to make its title character look flatter than she did in animation, which is a real shame, since the film isn't half bad, as long as you don't stare at Alita for too long. Number 6, a meat cringe. Kaguya-sama Love is War and Kaguya-sama Final Love is War. The only thing more difficult than getting Kaguya and Miyuki to confess their feelings is finding a good adaptation of their anime. Lacking any of the original's wit or charm, this soulless big screen version is more likely to make you cringe than swoon. Despite portraying one of anime's most passionate will they won't theys, the two leads here have utterly zero romantic chemistry. It's impossible to buy into this already awkward relationship when it doesn't even seem like the performers do, even when they're kissing. When animated characters feel more believable than real-life actors, you know you've done something horribly wrong. Further let down by an uninspired script, and this movie becomes what the original series initially made fun of.
早坂アクシデントが発生したわ会長が
Number 5, Shikishima Who? Attack on
Bro,
Titan
this
Part
bootleg
1
Attack on
and
Titan
2.
is horrible.
If you can't fit several of your series' most popular
Bro,
characters
like-
into a two-part feature, that's a good sign you probably shouldn't have adapted it at all. Anyone who saw this movie hoping to see their favorites like Reiner, Zeke, Erwin, or Levi will be sorely disappointed to learn that they've all been replaced by the composite character Shikishima.
たまにはいい女の巨人に会いたいね。
Kishima.
As you'd expect, he's an absolute mess of underwritten motivations and random plot points. His excessive screen time poses the question, why even bother making an Attack on Titan movie without Levi to begin
supposed to be
with?
Levi?
They leave a
Ain't no way.
Titan-sized hole in the cast, and no original character, least of all Shikishima, is able to fill it.
さっきは随分と楽しそうだったな。
Number 4, Lost Identity in Translation, Ghost in the Shell. What's offensive, pointless, and scarlet all over? This misguided interpretation of an iconic anime character, that's what. Long before it hit theaters, this live-action movie drew justified ire for casting Scarlett Johansson as the lead. Not only did it diminish the impact of an iconic Asian character headlining an American blockbuster, but there was no in-universe reasoning for it either, since Major is a robot constructed by scientists in Japan.
Got him, huh?
Even worse, a third act twist reveals that she was originally a Japanese girl before being remodeled into, of course, a white woman. Instead of justifying the controversial casting, the gross and offensive implications of this change did the exact opposite. Number 3, New Gren in Town, Cowboy Bebop.
an open bar, by chance?
It's easy to miss that Gren's even in the live-action series, since they're completely unrecognizable. And we don't mean visually. As someone who was biologically experimented on against their will, turning Gren into the show's only openly non-binary character is questionable at best. Of course, it's hard to tell for sure when this series refuses to acknowledge the character's vast lore from the anime. That near-offensive reimagining of their backstory is never elaborated on, and instead, Gren's poignant original role is abandoned so they can make quips at Anna's side.
Always the tease, Gren.
And the music has only just begun. Shall we imbibe?
If the creators weren't gonna do Gren's outstanding story justice, they shouldn't have even bothered introducing them at all.
And then she would smile. Oh, what a smile. So sad. So beautiful.
Number 2, A Dimming Light, Death Note. Arguably even more so than even the titular note, one of the most important elements of this legendary property is its protagonist. Light Yagami is charismatic, brilliant, and terrifying in his ideological crusade for absolute justice. But Light Turner, as he's called in the Netflix version, is practically the inverse. He's easily manipulated, more pitiful than intimidating, and lacks any of the moral intrigue that made his animated counterparts compelling. Worse, the movie gives him a shoehorned, tragic backstory to justify his actions, which completely misses the point that Light isn't supposed to be redeemable, though that kind of comprehension would have required an actual understanding of the character, which the creators clearly didn't have. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Goku enrolls in infamy, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, my grandfather would say beware of the Nimics.
Nimics.
Whoever thought of reimagining one of anime's most iconic heroes as a high schooler deserves a Kamehameha to the face. Instead of earnestly training, facing down unbeatable foes, or stuffing his face full of food, this version of Goku is a simple nerd who wants the girl. It abandons nearly everything integral to the character and turns him into a generic teen comedy protagonist, and not even a good one.
Doing good.
It's genuinely embarrassing that a Hollywood flake was made with such a fundamental misunderstanding of its source material. Really, the most impressive thing we can say about this interpretation of Goku is that, even compared to the rest of the film, it somehow stands out as the most disappointing aspect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's bootleg. This is horrible, bro. Like, this is horrible.
Did you enjoy this
like,
video?
Bro,
check out these
the
other
worst
clips from
live
Watch
action.
Mojo, and be
Like,
sure to subscribe
horrible,
and
bro.
ring the bell to be notified.
That was it for the video. Yeah, like I said, Dragon Ball Z live action was horrible. Like it's just like Goku going to high school. Like, bro, where's the peak at? Where's the peak? Like, it's horrible, bro. I repeat, it's horrible. It's dog trap, bro. It's dog butt. It's horrible, bro. That's the worst live action anime movie that I've seen in my entire life. It sucks. That's all I have to say, man. Peace. Stay safe. I'm out.